Hey everybody, welcome back to Prescription Bourbon. I'm DMC from Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm doing a quick hit review of Green River Straight Bourbon Whiskey. I'm excited to do a review of this bottle here today. I finally picked one up. It's actually the very first bottle I've purchased in 2023 this year. So it came out last year in 2022, I think February 2022. And I looked at it all last year and never bought it. So, I didn't buy any bottles in January this year. And start of February, I went out and I bought this. So, a little history on this. Green River Distillery is in Owensboro, Kentucky. It actually started out in 1885. Its slogan, pre-prohibition slogan, was, the whiskey without the headache. So, I think it did pretty well in its day. Unfortunately, there was a fire that burned down the distillery and pretty much all the warehouses right before Prohibition hit. So, after Prohibition, the property was purchased and refurbished and reopened by the Medley family, and it became the Medley Distillery. And they ran it for the next 60 to 70 years. And basically, it had several names over those years, including a stint where it was owned by United Distillers and was the Glenmore Distillery. The Medley family ran it again in the late 90s and eventually sold the property in the early 2000s. It was purchased in the early 20-teens and was opened as the O.Z. Tyler Distillery. And like as I mentioned already, in 2022, they renamed the distillery back to the Green River Distillery and released this flagship bourbon of theirs. A few months later, in July of 2022, it was announced that Bardstown Bourbon Company was purchasing the distillery. So it's now owned by Bardstown Bourbon Company. We'll see what they might change, how things might go going forward. I've already heard, one change. It may just be from the bottling, but these original bottles had, what looks like an actual cork style stopper in it. Some of the new bottles are coming out under Bardstown Bourbon Company's ownership actually have a synthetic cork in them. So, we'll see what other changes may come. I tell you though, this whiskey is very, very enjoyable to sip on. On the nose, it's very caramelly, very sweet, very, very vanilla forward on the nose. So, it's just a delicious nose. Give it a sip. Cheers. And I'd say you get more of that on the taste. It's definitely caramel forward. It's got just a little bit of spice of rye spice in there, but certainly the sweet sugars or the caramel flavor and the vanilla definitely come forward. Not really any oak to speak of on the nose or the taste. So this is 90 proof, comes in at 90 proof, and it is probably just 4 years old or a little older than that. So it's non-age stated, but it is a straight bourbon whiskey. But it doesn't smell or taste super youthful. I don't get any of that rye bread or yeasty taste on it. I don't get any youthful oak on it. So like I say, the oak influence is not there to speak of at all. It's really just a nice sweet sip, a tad bit of warmth, tad bit of spice on the tongue, just a tad bit of warmth. Very, very little. Definitely an easy, enjoyable sip. Comes in at a pretty good price. I think list price is $35. I've been seeing these at Kroger on sale for like $31, $32, something like that. That's where I picked this up. So for the price, nice little 90 proof, easy sipper. you know, not bad. I would recommend you give it a try. Leave some comments on the video. Let me know if you've tried this, what you think of it. Hit that like button and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Remember, everybody, all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is not bourbon. And the best bourbon comes from Kentucky. Cheers.